We talked last week about the 5 pillars. Okay? We learned that in Islam you have 5 pillars. And just like a house, you knock one of those pillars down, you have no Islam. The first pillar is what, everybody? What's the first pillar?
Shahada.
Shahada. So with the Shahada, the first pillar of Islam, and I pray everybody write this down. The first pillar of Islam, number 1 is Shahada. The Shahada is we say, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah. We bear witness that there is no God but Allah, the one God, and we bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. If you do not believe this concept of Tawheed, of La ilaha illallah, if you do not believe this concept of believing in the Sunnah of Rasulullah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then you have removed one of these pillars of Islam and you are not a Muslim. It doesn't matter if you were born a Muslim, been Muslim 40 years, your name is Muhammad, Fulan, 2500. It don't matter. If you don't understand this concept of Tawheed, and Tawheed means removing all shirk. It also means to remove yourself from certain holidays. Things that are not from Islam. That's Tawheed too. To not celebrate holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and all of the Easter bunny. This is part of La ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah. Because we have Tawheed and we have the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, we only have 3 celebrations and 3 Eids. So we do anything other than that, right? We don't fell out of the realm of Islam. The second pillar of Islam, everybody, what's the second pillar of Islam?
Salaah.
Salaah. Salaah is the prayer. And inshallah, those who have been part of the beginning session of the Salah, we went over the Salah, how the Salah came about. It was 50, then we went to 5. We talked about the Baruch. We were talking about Baruch and how Baruch was the name of the donkey that took the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to the Mi'raj, right? This was in full body, right? We learned about how Abu Bakr became as-Siddiq, right? Because of this journey, okay? So we learned about these things. We learned about wudu. We learned about the benefits of wudu. You make wudu, all of the sins in your body is forgiven, right? We learned about the light. We learned about Tahaarah. We learned about fitrah. Okay, so now that we have gone over that brief introduction to the Salah, now we're going to go into the mechanics of the Salah. Okay, how do I make the Salah? What do I stand for Salah? Which way do I pray for Salah? What do I do? Okay, so what we're going to do in this class is go from the Salah, from the Takbir to the Taslim. Takbir means that first opening, raising in your hands, to the Taslim. Taslim means Taslim, comes from the word Salam, means Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum. That's the Taslim. So we're going to go from the Takbir to the Taslim. All the hadiths and all the ayats pertain to how we perform the Salah, so that we can master the Salah. The first thing that you'll be questioned about on the day of judgment is what?
Salah.
If it's good, the rest of these will be
good.
If it's bad, the rest of these will be
bad.
Okay. So the thing that we got to master is the Salah. You master the Salah, you can master everything else. There is a science in the Salah. Okay? So we're going to find out how the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam made the Salah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in the hadith, pray as you see me pray. This is a Sahih hadith. Pray as you see me pray. So that means that we cannot pray how we want to pray. We have to pray exactly like the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam prayed. We cannot make up our own prayer. We cannot do 3 prayers in one day and say that's Islam. Or 1 prayer, it's okay in Islam. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said the thing between Islam and disbelief is what? Is what? So therefore I got no Salah, I got no Islam. If I ain't make my Salah right, I have no Islam. Period. So the first thing that we're going to talk about for the Salah, before I even go into the Salah, right? I have to be in a state of Tahaarah, which means purification. So there is no Salah without wudu. Okay, we already talked about wudu. So there is no Salah with wudu. There is no Salah without stinja. We talked about stinja. You go to the bathroom, you don't clean yourself with water. You haven't fulfilled the prerequisite of Tahaarah and the Salah. The next thing, when we go into the Salah, we must make sure that our Aurah is covered properly. We must make sure that we're covered properly in the Salah. For the men, the same thing we talked about the Aurah, we talked about the niqab and the hijab. The Aurah for the Salat for the men, that everything from the navel to the knee must be covered. You must have everything covered from the navel to the knee in the Salat. Okay? It's better to have a shirt that has straps that go over the shoulder. But if you have a two-piece, but if you don't, then it's okay. If you have a one-piece outfit, it must have something that goes over the shoulders for the men. Okay? There's nothing wrong with wearing tank tops in Islam. Ain't nothing wrong with wearing tank tops in Islam. It is best to have your shoulders covered, but the Aurah is from the navel to the knee for the man. So the man must make sure that he is covered properly. Also for the man, he must make sure that when he makes the Salat, he must not be in a state of Isbaal. Write this word down. Isbaal. I-S-B-A-A-L. Also for the men, we must be careful of Isbaal. Isbaal is pertaining to our pants legs, our pants not going lower than our ankles. For the men, our pants legs cannot go below our ankles. The Prophet Muhammad said, anyone whose pants leg go below the ankle, it is in the hellfire. So therefore with the Salah for the men, not only must we make sure that our clothes is Tahaarah, or that we make sure that we understand the Tahaarah, that our Aurah is covered, but we must also make sure that we're careful of Isbaal, which means allowing our pants to go below our ankles. We do not allow our pants to go below our ankles. This is a form of arrogance. For the women, their Aurah for the Salat is the same thing, but they cannot wear the niqab during the Salat. The Prophet ﷺ said that when they make the Salat, they take the niqab off. Okay? Unless there's men that can see them, then they can wear the niqab. But they take the niqab off during the Salat. So the thing is, for the Salat, for the women, the Aurah is everything must be covered except their hands and the face. Everything must be covered except their hands and the face, as well as the clothes must not be tight-fitting. Her breast should be covered, her ears should be covered, her neck should be covered, her earrings should be covered, right? As well as her feet should be covered with some socks, okay? Alhamdulillah. When we make sure, now we're sure that we have Tahaarah, we're pure. We're in a state, we have our Aurah covered. So the Prophet Muhammad said, and tell the believing women to remove the niqab when they make the Salat. This is Sahih Hadith. Okay? And the proof for this was to show that it was the norm to wear the niqab. So it's an exception of the Salat that they remove the niqab when they make the Salat. So we're in a state of Tahaarah. We make sure that our Aurah is covered. For the men, we make sure that our pants don't go below the ankles. For the women, we make sure that they're covered properly. They're not wearing any tight clothes. Make sure that everything is covered except their hands and their face. Make sure their feet are covered as well. When we stand, we get ready for the Salat, we must make sure that we face the Qiblah. Qiblah means direction of Mecca, Saudi Arabia. Okay? So therefore, it is mandatory that when we make the Salat, that we face the Qiblah. You cannot just pray how you want to pray. Well, I'm going to pray southways. I'm going to pray to Mexico. Right? You can't pray west. You have to pray towards the Qiblah. The Qiblah is Mecca, Saudi Arabia. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded us to face the Qiblah. In Hadith, when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam stood for prayer, he would face the Qiblah in both the obligatory and the sunnah voluntary prayers. And he sallallahu alaihi wasallam ordered that you do this when you make the prayer. When you stand for prayer, perform wudu perfectly, then face the Qiblah and say takbir. Again, Rasulullah said, when you stand for prayer, perform wudu properly, then face the Qiblah and then say takbir. Takbir means Allahu Akbar. Okay? So it is mandatory that we face the Qiblah.